Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to a 2 looks 1 palette tutorial video. It has been a long time since I've posted a video dedicated to sharing a tutorial with you, but I got a lot of requests on my look when I did my unpopular makeup opinions tag. I can leave it linked up here, and there were so many people asking like, oh, I want to recreate this. How did you do it? Did you record it? I want to see a tutorial. And of course that was the day when I didn't record it. I don't have a pre-recorded tutorial that I did on that day, but I kept getting requests to share how I got the look. So I was like, you know what, let's just recreate it. I had previously recorded a different look using the, have I even told you? I am creating this look with the Revolution Makeup, the Emily Edits the Wants palette. This is Emily Noel's palette. And so I decided to just combine those two and make a YouTube video sharing my tutorial. I'm just gonna be doing a voiceover for both of these looks, but I hope it is still helpful and hopefully that'll keep it pretty short and sweet. I have a review already up for this palette on my channel. I can leave that link down below and up here if you're curious to hear my thoughts on Emily Noel's palette. After I was done creating this, I did go and look at the video and I feel like I went a lot deeper with them. I used more black in my outer corner for the previous video that I did, so I feel like that's really the only difference in this look, but I'm about to go to the library with my daughter and I really didn't want to go too glam, so just keep that in mind if you're wanting to really get more accurate. Just focus more black on the outer corner instead of, I just put a little bit of black mostly with red, so that is really, I feel like the only difference. I got it pretty close. I have a horrible memory, so I tried as best as I could to remember the shades that I used in that look, and I hope that's okay with you all. It's been like 3-4 weeks since I recorded that video, so going off of memory, I did the best I could, but I hope you guys enjoy it. Let's just go ahead and jump right into the first look. Alright, so welcome to the voiceover. This is the first look that we're going to be getting into. It's what I'm wearing in the intro. We're just going to start by priming our eyes with the Milani Eyeshadow Primer. I'm putting that all over from lid to my brow bone. Then I'm taking the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. I'm using that to kind of give myself a really nice base for the eyeshadows to go on. I find that they just kind of stick and are a bit more vibrant and just easier to build up. Then going into Midwest, I'm just starting to warm up my crease with that. I like to go in very lightly and build up. And then going into Laugh Cry and putting that more pointedly into my crease and just blending that up a touch, just wanting to really bring out that color in the crease. And then I'm just taking that same brush that I used with the Midwest and I'm just blending and meshing those two colors together. I tend to do that a lot when I create an eye look. I go back and forth, and I wanted to leave that in for the most part in this tutorial so you guys could kind of see. Just taking Cheers and packing that on the outer corner. And then going into Dark and Early, I'm just putting a touch of that in the outer corner. As I said in the beginning, if you want to get a lot more smoked out, kind of like I did in my video where I got requests to recreate it, just put a lot more black. But anyway, just going back into Cheers, I'm putting that on top of the black. That helps to soften the black up, and it also worked really nicely to blend it out. And then I'm just taking that same pencil, not with really any added product, and just putting it, kind of trying to define the outer V and just define the shape is what I'm doing mostly. But here I'm just going back and forth with the Cheers and the Dark and Early and just kind of going back and touching it up until I like it. And then also taking a bit more of the crease colors and putting them in there. Then taking Eve Rose, I'm using that all over the lid. I didn't wet it, I didn't put any base down or sticky base, I'm just putting it on. And then I'm just taking that same brush that I used Cheers, and I'm using that to melt the two, the shimmer and the matte together. And then I did decide to go ahead and put on a liquid glitter. So I put on the NYX Glitter Primer, and then I'm going on with NYX's Glitter Goalz in Polished Pinup, and just using the applicator. I'm gonna use the applicator for a little bit to just apply it, and then I actually got a slanted E06 brush from Sigma to really make sure I was getting a nice straight line because I wanted to have a cut crease type of look. And then I dipped back into Cheers and just use that to blend and kind of mesh the where the glitter stops, just so it's not quite so harsh. Then taking my NYX matte liquid liner, I am creating a wing. In real life, this little part that I left in there took a minute, and it was even longer because after I do the other side, I tend to go back and forth until they're both even. Just throwing on that Covergirl and Essence mascara. I always skip that. I don't like applying mascara. But then I put the Pixi and Weylie Hoang liner in my waterline. I'm so glad I used that up. As you can see, it
was a struggle bus to get that to transfer onto my waterline. Then taking Love Tons, I'm using that on my lower lash line, and that's a really easy shadow, goes on really nicely. Oh Heavens is what I used as my inner corner highlight, a really pretty shimmer. I do like that. I really did like that when I was using that palette. It was a very nice, easy inner corner highlight. And then just taking the creams and using that as my matte brow bone highlight just to clean up around the edges, and there, we are done. And now for the awkward poses at the end. I always dread doing these, but I really do like including them because for me personally, I like to see some like slower shots so I can take like screenshots of people's looks so that I can try to recreate them. But anyway, moving right into look 2, this one is definitely more on the purple aspect. I really wanted to try a purple look because I felt like it could dupe looks you could get with the ABH Norvina palette. Anyway, I'm throwing on these Wander Beauty eye masks that I got in the BoxyCharm that month, but then going on with the Milani primer, priming my eyes, and then per usual using the Revolution or Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define to put on top of that to give me a nice even base and something for the shadows to stick to and, you know, just be a little bit more vibrant. Then going into Family, I'm using that to warm up into my crease and just taking my time building it up and blending it out. This shade can be a little easy to get like a muddy look, but it does come out really pretty. I think it's just the shade of purple that's a bit tricky, but I do like the final look. Then I went into Pie Fi, I think is what it's called, and packed that on the outer corner. Really cool kind of like, I don't know, like cranberry purple. I don't know. It's a really cool color. I had a lot of fun with that shade. But anyway, I'm just packing that onto my outer corner, and then I decided to take it up into my crease and kind of be the deeper crease color that faded into that lighter Family color that we put down before to warm up the crease. So just taking my time blending it out. Then I'm going back in with the Family color, just a touch of it to help blend out the edges. Then going into Pizzazz, this is the color I put on like the very center of my lid and then kind of over towards the outer corner. I didn't get too close to the inner corner or the outer corner. I kept this really like truly on the center, really pretty shimmer shade. And then going in with Belle Violet, I used that shade on the inner corner and kind of bled that and put it over a little bit of the previous color, the Pizzazz, and kind of meshed them two together. I'm not covering the Pizzazz, but I'm like blending it a bit just to kind of create an ombre or a gradient of the two colors. Then going into the cream, I'm using that as my matte brow bone highlight, per usual, cleaning up the shadow. Then I'm going and taking Family again, and that's what I'm putting on my lower lash line and blending out. And then here I'm just taking the pencil, not with anything really added, but I'm just perfecting the shape of it. I wanted it to come out more elongated there. And then taking Oh Heavens, that is what I'm using as my inner corner highlight. Then I'm taking Smashbox's gel liner in Fishnet and putting that into my waterline. And then per usual, the matte liquid liner from NYX, and I am creating my wing with it. Moving on to mascara, I did the CoverGirl and the Lancome this time, and there you go. That is a completed look.
So there you have it. Those are the two looks I did using the Emily Edit the Once palette. I really enjoyed this palette. I really enjoyed the varying looks that I created using this. If you want to see another look that I did a review for Stylist, and I was focusing on reviewing her brushes, and I used this palette to create the look. So if you want to see another look, and that one was more focused on greens, check that out. I'll have it linked up here if you want to see it. But there you go. That's 3 looks that I've done with the Emily Edit the Once palette. And if you have any other palettes that you'd like to see me do a couple looks with, let me know down below. I know I always forget to do tutorials. I think I've only ever done one official tutorial on my channel, the first original one, but I can try to do them at least a little more regularly. And now that I'm doing the testing all new makeups video every month, I hope that's also giving you a little tutorial as I test out the new palette for the month. But anyway, with all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.